Welcome aboard Bus Carriage 1. We're on our way to Washington, D.C. once again, and we've got somehow more time to kill. Let's play some trivia. Gamers, introduce yourselves.
I'm Chester Allen Arthur. I'm just kidding. My name's Sam.
I don't think that's true.
Oh, silly Billy. I'm Grover Cleveland, also known as Cooper.
And I'm the artist formerly known as Rutherford B. Hayes, John.
That's all true. Good
The
afternoon,
B stands
everyone.
for John.
The B stands for John.
All right, moving into, you guessed it, U.S. Presidents Part 2. This has been a long time coming. We have another 15 presidents we're going to get through today. So let's go ahead and get started with today's rules. But Cooper, before we get into this,
Here we go.
Play the sound effect.
Weird but true know-it-all. U.S. President.
I think
That's
it's
right.
louder every
I turned
time.
it back up. I turned it back
yeah,
up.
it did get
yeah,
a little
you
loud
did.
there.
It feels wrong
Anyway.
to have it be quiet.
All right, getting into our rules, we are going to have 15 questions split between 3 rounds, so that's 5 questions per round. In the first round, a correct answer will be worth 1 point. In the second round, a correct answer will be worth 2 points. And in the third round, a correct answer will be worth, you guessed it, 3 points. We will be buzzing in today, but as we all know, I am completely inconsistent with how I like to use the buzzer, so I'm going to make it up depending on the question. Additionally, during this game, we will be doing a challenge question. So once per game, I will be giving a fake answer to one of my questions. Each player will have the opportunity to challenge what I reveal as the quote-unquote correct answer. If the player correctly guesses which is the fake answer, they're going to be awarded 3 points. If they incorrectly challenge a true answer, they're going to lose 3 points. In this game, we will also be doing, if you guess during the actual proceeding of the game, not at the end, you will be able to get the points of the question itself. So for example, if you challenge a question correctly in round 2, you'll get the 3 points for the challenge question and the 2 points for the question itself, hoping to incentivize challenging in the middle of the game instead of waiting till the end. Also, all of you may challenge the same question, but you only get 1 challenge. At the end of this game, we are also going to do, if someone has not challenged, whoever has the most points will be forced to challenge to make sure that we have a little bit of I don't know what word I'm looking for. We're gonna have fun with it though. Yes, Chester Allen Arthur.
What if it's a 3-way tie?
Everybody's
you'll all
challenging,
challenge.
baby.
In the
I don't
spirit
know.
of the game, it's like everybody should challenge.
Yeah, you're right.
Everyone should.
Yeah, not just force John at the end to challenge.
Most points wins, but you're all gonna have to keep track of your own, and most importantly, no Googling.
Oh, I thought you were going to say have fun.
I
I'd
thought
like
we were
to
going to
have fun
say
if that's
start
fine.
Googling now.
Anyway,
This is pro-Googling
do you
episode.
all have any questions before we get into it? Awesome, great, because I do. Level 1, question 1.
We're going.
About the 16th president,
could it
Honest
be?
Abe Lincoln, who was president of the United States from 1861 to 1865.
If
What
only
happened?
I'd already done 15 trivia questions on Abe
Can you
Lincoln
all
in the
shut the
past
fuck
of
up?
this podcast.
Surely he served all 4 years.
8 even.
Even though Abe Lincoln was a congressman for Illinois from 1847 to 1849, he was not actually born in the state of Illinois. In which of the following Midwestern states was Abe Lincoln born?
Oh, it was locked.
It was locked.
John,
Kentucky.
that is correct.
Thank you. I was on the Abe Lincoln episode. If I had gotten that wrong, it would have been bad.
Rats, John.
I'm reading The Demon of Unrest by Eric Larson. They just brought up Abraham Lincoln. They were like, he lost Kentucky even though he was born there, which like states don't vote for you based off of the land of your birth.
That's a true statement, John.
But it
Yeah.
was his birthright, John.
But it was
All
his
right, John, that's
birthright.
1 point to you.
Indiana
Thank you.
was his boyhood
Boyhood
home.
home.
Boyhood home. Hashtag
Lincoln's
He was
boyhood home.
It was hashtag.
He was
Honored
born February 12th,
to live
1809 in
his boyhood
Hodgenville,
home.
Kentucky, and moved to Indiana at the age of 7 with his family in 1816.
for his boyhood, you could say.
Yeah, that's about when your boyhood starts.
That's when your boyhood kicks in.
We were
Anyway,
boys together.
boys to men. Speaking of men, the 17th president, question 2. The Tennessee tailor, Andrew Johnson, who was president of the United States from 1865 to 1869. Fill in the blank.
Nice.
Andrew Johnson was the first president to be
Man.
Big Chester.
Impeach.
That's a great answer.
If you are Chester Alan Arthur and you said impeached, that would be correct.
Ooh, that's
Wow.
So he was the first president to get impeached, and the primary charge against him was that he violated the Tenure of Office Act. Specifically, he had acted to remove from office Edwin Stanton and replace him with Lorenzo Thomas as Secretary of War. Basically, the Tenure of Office Act was a way that prevented the president from completely taking over the cabinet at the time. But, well, that's obviously not true anymore because when the president gets installed, they will appoint their own cabinet.
I love it when we install a new president. Love presidential installations.
Anyway.
Silly Billy.
Silly Billy. Silly Andy,
Silly
I would
Andy.
say, more than anything.
Hey, he's not until the third episode, Silly Billy.
Yeah, duh.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. I can't wait to only talk about Monica Lewinsky.
I thought we were talking about William McKinley.
Bill McKinley's the winning team.
Of course,
No, he's
that's
this
the
episode.
Billy I know.
He's this episode.
Bill's
That's
in
the
this
Billy
one.
I know.
Bill's in this. Big Bill? He's here? Is he in the
Anyway.
room with us?
Question
Yeah.
number 3. The 18th president of the United States from 1869 to 1877, Ulysses Unconditional Surrender S. Grant. I don't know what any of these nicknames mean, by the way. The book, it's called Weird But True Know-It-All.
Sorry. Weird but true know-it-all.
I lose brain cells. I lose brain cells every time it
times are you
plays.
going to do that? Because I do need to be aware for like pulling it up again.
For posterity.
Maybe just keep it open.
Okay.
Maybe just keep it open, Cooper.
Keep it playing.
It does not tell me specifically why they have these nicknames, but I don't care because I think some of them are fun. Anyway,
Okay.
if you remember the last episode, that's U.S. President's Weird But True Know-It-All Part 1, we discussed presidential crime and horses. We're going to continue on that theme for Ulysses S. Grant.
Love
What
that.
2 horse-related crimes was President Ulysses S. Grant arrested for in 1866? This is multiple choice.
Okay, good.
A. Fast driving of an equine. B. Bestiality. C. Carriage racing in an unsanctioned way. Or D. Failure to properly secure an equine resulting in general chaos and disturbing of the peace.
So he did one of these twice?
He did one of these twice in 1866 and was arrested both times for the same crime. Okay, John.
I'm just going to say reckless carriage racing. C.
John, that is incorrect.
Okay.
And also, it was carriage racing in an unsanctioned way.
That sounds pretty reckless to me.
Of course,
but
there's
thanks.
sanctioned carriage racing.
Well, yeah, it's when they race carriage.
Okay, so my options left are horse
street racing.
racing,
Fast driving of an equine.
fast riding a horse.
Driving.
Wait, hold
You don't
on. I'm
drive
so
a horse.
confused. You drive a
You
carriage.
do if you're in a horse and carriage.
But you were okay. So going to speeding, and then
Fast driving of an
Horse
equine.
speeding.
and then not securing your equine,
Failure to properly secure an equine, resulting in general chaos and
We're trying
disturbing
to
of the
simplify
peace.
it for those at
and then
home.
what was what's my third one that I'm missing?
Horse
Bestiality.
fuckery.
B for bestiality.
The
I'm
thing
gonna
that we
go
were
with
all
the
like,
last
No way,
no.
he did it twice though.
I'm going to go with the last one. He didn't tie up his horse, and his horse got out.
If you guessed failure to properly secure an equine, resulting in general chaos and disturbing of the peace, you would be incorrect.
All right,
Wow.
Cooper, time to pick the only other answer other than
Money
bestiality.
Cleveland.
Because no way. Okay.
He didn't fuck
No
a horse.
way he did
didn't-
bestiality twice.
Twice?
Unless bestiality doesn't mean what we think it means.
Define
What-
bestiality, Cameron,
Nope.
to the extent of the
Horse
law.
fuckery.
Horse fuckery is a good
Horse
definition.
fuckery.
Okay, then I'm gonna do the one that's not that.
Fast driving of an equine.
That's right. It's that one.
Cooper, that is correct.
Yeah, I was like, no.
Yeah, because it's
way.
not. He didn't fuck a
Not
horse twice. Like,
chance.
On April,
No way you get away with that twice.
well, he didn't. He was arrested
He
twice.
got arrested.
No way you get arrested for that twice.
Yeah,
I feel
would
like
beg to
if
differ.
you do
And
bestiality
then become
once,
president? I
you're
don't think
probably going to do
so.
it again.
How do you know he wasn't president when it happened?
You said that. You said when it happened.
Yeah, he did. So actually, fun fact, he did actually get arrested for speeding on a horse while he was president as well,
Ah.
which technically
Nice.
makes him the only president to be arrested of a crime while
Will
in
Smith's
office.
What's the
presidency?
horse speed limit?
I don't know, John. Anyway, On April 9, 1866, the National Intelligencer of Washington, D.C. reported that while, quote-unquote, exercising his fast gray nag on 14th Street, Grant was detained for the fast driving of an equine by 2 officers of the Metropolitan Police Department of the District of Columbia.
You know how fast you were going?
He offered to pay the fine, but then expressed doubts of their authority to arrest him and drove away.
So how do you determine horse speed limit? Is it like, oh, he's getting into a
That
gallop?
horse is going
I don't
too
know.
fast.
You need
I
to
would
keep your
assume
gait to a
is.
canter.
It probably is based off that. That would make sense.
That would make
That
sense.
horse had all 4 feet off
speedometers.
the ground at once. I could
saw
see
it.
it with
I saw it
my
happen,
camera.
officer.
With my newly
Okay.
invented camera.
Exercising your fast gray nad sounds like a euphemism, and with that we can move on.
I was going to say it sounds like he did bestiality and they were just being nice about it.
He sure was exercising his fast gray nag, you know?
Great.
Out in public in front of everybody.
Okay.
Do that in privacy of your own home, God.
Yeah.
Please do not fuck any animals. I thought they need to clarify that based on John's
Don't be like Ulysses S.
Yeah.
Grant.
Don't follow in the footsteps of one of the greatest Civil War generals of all time.
And-
unconditional surrender.
surrender? Yo, what does he mean by that?
Yeah.
Well, those
Anyway,
are-
we don't have
You
time
see,
to get into that, Cooper.
in the war,
Question
they
4
surrendered
about our
unconditionally.
19th president, the U.S. president from 1877 to 1881, Rutherford B. Rudd Hayes.
He's from Ohio, baby.
That's true. They called him Rudd.
Point for John. Good grats, John.
Nope.
What does the B in Rutherford B. Hayes stand for? This is Charlie Chaplin rules,
Oh.
because none of you are going to get it.
No.
John
It stands for big money, Cameron.
Whoa.
does not, but that's
Hey,
a good
Charlie
answer.
Chaplin.
It's
He could
Charlie
still get it.
Chaplin. It could be.
It could.
Charlie Chaplin.
It could be.
I could
Big
say something
Chester.
completely
Isn't
ridiculous.
it Birchfield?
Birchfield's
It is
good.
not Birchfield.
Rutherford Birchfield
Cooper.
Hayes.
You said we would never get it. I was just going to go for like Bartholomew or something.
Actually, so Bartholomew is also not correct, but Sam, you're the closest. It stands for Burchard.
Oh
Oh my God.
I had an inkling.
Burchard.
The birch was calling to him.
or
I
the
had-
Burchard.
Man, I should have
What?
said that instead.
I don't know
Man,
if that's
if
a name
only I
or
had
what.
said-
Man, if only I had said the right.
Well, considering
the right
he's named it, I'd say it's a name.
That's
His, also,
true.
a last
his name is
name.
also Rutherford. I can't say I've ever heard the
Dude
name
is
Rutherford other than
made
him.
of made up names. Yeah.
Rutherford Burchard Hayes. That kind of
Yeah.
that's kind of fire. Not gonna lie.
Is it?
I'm just Cameron.
I'm gonna name my son Rutherford B. Hayes.
Yeah, there you go.
That's crazy. I'm naming my son
Cooper, you're
Burchard.
gonna name your son whatever I demand you name your son.
John, please name my son Rutherford B. Hayes.
Please name my
There we
son.
For those at home, to let them in on the joke, John has offered to completely pay for 4 years of college tuition for my child as long as he gets to name them.
I get naming rights.
He gets naming rights, and so he pays for college. It is like
Is that
it's a
offer
great
saying
deal.
to anybody ever?
It's a
I
great
was
deal.
gonna say.
We shook on it a while ago.
We did.
We have official guidelines for the rules and things like that I can't go over.
That's
4
pretty
years.
crazy.
We don't need
actually.
to. We don't need to get into it.
It's a signed document.
Anyway,
There's an NDA.
moving on.
Plenty of witnesses.
Moving on to question 5 about the 20th president of the United States from 1881 to 1881, James Abraham Garfield, more commonly referred to as Boatman Jim.
Wasn't his middle name Abram?
Yeah, what'd I say?
Abraham.
Yeah, it was Abram. Thank you, Sam.
Didn't he also die on a boat
Can you guys let me read the
Wouldn't
Didn't
the
he
way to
question?
like
do it.
lasagna?
No thanks, I'm full.
and hate Mondays?
Didn't he
Anyway.
hate Mondays?
Boatman Jim Garfield was the second president to be assassinated after our favorite boy, Honest Abe Lincoln.
Don't put words in my mouth.
On July 2nd, 1881, at the Baltimore and Potomac Railroad Station in D.C., Jimbo was shot twice, once in the back and once in the arm by Charles Guiteau, an aggrieved former staffer of Garfield's election campaign who believed he was owed a place in the presidential cabinet. Jimmy Boat Guy Garfield was alive for how many days after being shot? This is going to be Price is Right rules. B. Chester.
It was a little bit.
Thank you. That is
I
not
would
a-
agree that it was
I'm
for a
looking
little
for
bit.
I'm looking for an integer
I don't think it was
of days.
too long.
But it
12
wasn't
long years.
It wasn't
And
the
I know that-
longest, but
I
it
know
wasn't the
it
shortest
happened.
either. Yeah, they
Yeah.
took him on a
It was
boat.
long. I'll give you a hint. It was longer than the
the
9 hours that Abe Lincoln was alive.
Yeah, where they dragged him across
I'm
the
gonna
street and just
say-
waited.
I said integer of days, which means at
Four
least.
They got
days.
better at saving presidents after gunshots.
4 days.
Okay, you said 4 days. John.
Okay, I'll box out on the high end. I'll say 5 days.
All right, and then Cooper.
John, you don't get to decide which side you box out. I'm going to say 6 days.
All right, well, if you're Cooper, you are the closest.
Dang.
There you go.
He was alive for 80 days.
Oh,
80
wow.
days.
I didn't
They
realize
kept him
after
on that
being-
boat for a while.
He
I
was
don't think
not
it was
shot
on
on
a
a
boat.
Are we
boat.
sure
They
the
do surgery on
gunshot
a
killed
boat.
him?
Didn't they do
He
surgery
was
on a
not
boat?
shot on a boat. He was
He wasn't.
not
I
shot
know
on
he
a
wasn't
boat.
shot on a boat, but they took him out on the boat for the surgery.
Let's
Are we
reference,
sure the gunshot killed him?
Let's
That's
reference
plenty of time.
our
I know
U.S.
they-
President's Bible. Cooper, go ahead.
for it.
Okay, give me a second.
So the gunshot.
Sorry, John.
U.S. presidents.
U.S. presidents.
That's the first
All right.
time I've heard it. Like it didn't. I
It didn't play the
for
last
me
few times.
time.
You've been
Wait,
living
really?
a charmed life.
So it was really loud. That's why it scared me. I know they used a
Good
metal
thing we play that
detector
jingle for
So,
Cameron
John,
to read it
invented by
quietly.
Alexander Graham Bell.
The reason they call him Boatman Jim is because he used to work on a boat. And
No, I
fell
don't care about
overboard
that. I don't care about
15
that.
Yeah, I
times.
At
doubt
the-
they called him
at the
Boatman
end-
Jim because he died on a boat. That
No.
feels kind of mean.
I don't have
Go
any
towards-
reference of
you don't
that,
have-
so
you
it
don't
must
have
not
the
be a
end?
true fact.
It's not in
I've-
the book, John. You can't say it if it's not in the book.
Andrew
Can't say it if it's
Garfield
not in the
boat. I will be
Andrew
coming back to this.
Garfield.
No, John.
Andrew
Andrew
John, what are you
Garfield.
doing? John,
John, what are
put
you
the
doing?
fingers
Oh,
down. Put your fingers down.
Andrew Garfield died
I
on
wrote
a
it
boat.
down. Andrew Garfield famously died on a boat.
He
We were
died.
all there. We were all there.
No, we
he
weren't.
was shot by a bereaved former staff.
He wanted to be ambassador to France.
Anyway, yes. So
I should be Spider-Man.
modern I don't want to say medicine, but like people who have done or
It's
reviewed
not
the
modern.
autopsy after 1881
There were two
figured he
shooters, is that what
probably
you're
would
saying?
have survived if his doctors did not try to remove the bullet for
Yes.
80 days.
Yeah,
They
sure
rooted
stuck-
around inside him with a metal
They-
detector.
they did.
Yeah, they did everything they possibly could.
They sure stuck their grimy
they
little
think-
fingers in there.
People think that he probably actually died due to the infection of being constantly poked and prodded for 80 days by people who did not wash their hands.
Normally, it doesn't
Maybe
take you
they're
80
the
days to
true
die from a bullet
assassins.
wound, so that's
Normally,
fair.
I agree with that. It normally would not take you 80 days to
Ow.
die from a bullet wound.
Ooh, just as
Oh,
bad
what
as when I
about-
was shot 80 days ago.
Speaking of penetrating things,
Nope.
who would like to give our call to action between? Oh wait, no, sorry, I'm
Yeah,
jumping
not
ahead.
yet.
Can we get a score check, please? That's the end of round one.
I have 2 points.
I have 1 point.
Rutherford, how many points do I have?
You have
You're
2
keeping
points,
track.
Cooper.
Thanks, Rutherford B. Hayes.
I should
I'm
start
sorry,
Thanks,
siphoning
Anna, what
Rutherford.
points.
did you have?
I have 1 point.
Burchard Hayes.
Burchard. Ruth Burchard Hayes. Anyway, who would like to give us a little call to action? How are we going to
So,
get our
actually, this
name
is the
out
audience
there?
question. So,
Audience question.
this is the audience
is
question segment.
Good evening, fellow Americans. It is my honor to address you with technology from the future. I am Catherine Cardsley, our nation's first elected female president. I speak to you now to congratulate the winner of last week's audience question, Sean Owens. For your service to the Bus One podcast, I am happy to award you with this presidential medal, which is worth 1 point. And now, on to more pressing matters. I understand you are currently reviewing the history of our nation's previous presidents. However, I would like to shed some light on the dedicated First Ladies who have served our nation alongside them. I ask you, what is the most common first name of all the First Ladies, with 4 sharing this same name? Again, 4 former First Ladies share a first name. What is it? Please cast your vote in the comment section or comment on this week's Instagram post, and you too may receive a presidential point. I will leave you with this. Ask not what this podcast may do for you, but what you may do for this podcast, such as liking, subscribing, and leaving a 5-star rating. Well, back to the future I go.
Ha 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 ha. It's time to it's time to cut to the audience question.
Oh, I thought this was us coming back.
Oh, that was
I thought
all
that was us
just
coming back.
Ha ha ha. Let's leave.
That was crazy. Welcome back to
Sorry.
Don't
sorry,
give it to him.
It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell when you're pointing at me. Weird but true know-it-all.
U.S. President.
It's
all gonna
louder
come out in the
every
wash, guys,
time.
but it's gonna sound completely seamless.
Awesome. Thank you,
when
Cooper.
we
You rock. All right, team. It's time to move on to round 2. Yes, thank you, Sam. I was looking for a sound effect. Pew 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 pew.
It has to be a president sound effect. Four score.
It's Hail to the Chief
Yeah,
playing in the
Hail to-
background.
we're just gonna play Hail to the Chief constantly. Is Hail to the Chief in the public domain?
It's gotta
I'm
be,
sure it is.
right?
It's old as hell, though.
It's so old.
That doesn't mean anything.
Why can't we refresh it? Come up with a
yeah,
new one.
what do you mean? That's like the whole thing about the public domain. Once it's old.
Once it's old,
Isn't
you throw it out.
Steamboat Willie now in the public domain?
If it weren't in the public domain, who would own Hail to the Chief?
The
The
president.
Chief.
The people.
Duh.
The people own it.
Oh, the people.
Specifically,
Yeah, fuck yeah.
45 people, most of which are old
right.
and dead.
I'm gonna say all but
like the
3
Book of
or
Secrets.
4 are dead.
Yeah,
No,
most
Bill
of
Clinton's still
which.
alive.
Hey, Cam,
1, 2, 3.
is there going to be a picture on
4,
the Book
5.
of Secrets?
What?
A
You know, the
picture,
Book of Secrets
a
that
picture,
all the-
a picture on the Book of Secrets.
A
Cooper,
question
what are
on
you talking
the Book of Secrets. You know the one that all presidents have that
Yeah,
they put like
Based off
El
of the
Dorado in?
the 2007 hit movie National Treasure: The Book of Secrets.
That'll be
2007.
That's what I thought he was referencing
2007.
first.
One of these days,
We'll
that
go
third
over
one
that
is
in
what
a
I'm
minute. We'll go
That's-
that
in fact-
that'll be U.S. President's Part
Part
4. Facts that are arguably true about the U.S. president.
future president.
That'll be the only episode where Cameron actually.
Yeah.
That'll be the only episode where Cameron actually writes the questions after the episode is recorded.
Future President
Anyway.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Round 2, question 6. This is about the 21st president of the United States, Chester Allen, the gentleman boss Arthur, who was president from 1881 to 1885. After hosting a garage sale at the White House and selling off a number of artifacts from the previous administration,
They don't even have a garage.
Which of the following luxury designers did Chester Allen Arthur hire to quote-unquote spruce up the place? This is multiple choice.
Louis Vuitton.
A. Louis Comfort Tiffany, son of Tiffany & Co. founder Charles Louis Tiffany. B. George Vuitton, son of Louis Vuitton. Mario Prada, the founder of Prada. Or no shit, Guccio Gucci, the founder of Gucci. Big Chester.
I think it's Guccio Gucci, the founder of Gucci.
We'll leave this one open-ended. Everyone will get the chance to answer.
That's sus. That's
G-Money.
very suspicious. Your boy G Money Cleveland is going to say, my gut told me Louis Vuitton. I know it's not Louis Vuitton, it's his son,
It's
but I'm going
George.
Vuitton.
All right,
Jorge,
your answer is George Vuitton, and then
George.
John.
I was going to say Louis Comfort Tiffany.
If
They're an
you
old
are
family. He's
Sam,
around.
you would be incorrect.
But what the hell?
That's
Just tell us the right
filling
answer.
Why did you
space.
do it this
Please.
way?
We're just
if you're
filling
gonna still
space.
do it one at a time.
If you're Cooper, you're also incorrect. And if you're John, give yourself 2 points. That is
wow.
correct.
Thank you.
Louis
So it was
Comfort
Louis Vuitton.
Tiffany
You're
came in
you're
and
loving that
quote unquote
suspense,
spruced up
huh?
the White House.
What was the point of
love that
making
we
us
just started
do it
talking over
independently?
Cameron.
Because what if you had all guessed the same answer?
We
Then I
didn't,
could've-
though.
But we didn't
worry.
do
Has
that.
that ever happened?
Yes.
You know how boring that would be if we all just guessed the same thing all the time?
Anyway, no shit. The only fun fact I have about this is the founder of Gucci's name was Guccio
Guccio
Gucci,
Gucci.
which is crazy.
That is
Guccio being the first name. Yes.
Guccio Gucci.
Okay.
First, last name.
You keep
Not
saying
even
it
close.
like it's just one string
to
of
translate,
syllables.
Guccio Gucci means
Guccio
Gucci
Gucci.
or Gucci.
To Gucci or not to Gucci? That is the question.
That is.
Oh,
the
yes.
question.
Sorry. It is Guccio
Yes.
Gucci.
Gucci.
Yes,
Thank you.
not
That's what I
Gucci.
want.
Not Gucci,
Oh.
Gucci.
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 Yes.
Gucci,
Gucci
is
or
Irish,
Gucci.
actually.
Gucci or Gucci. At your service.
Hey, Gucci.
Prada and Gucci weren't actually founded until well into the 1900s.
Once I answered that, I thought
Fashion.
that might have been the chance. Might have been the case. Shut up.
Anyway,
Or is this the challenge question? They all helped.
Gucci or Gucci was just too good to pass up.
moving on to question 7 about the 22nd president of the United States, Grover Uncle Jumbo Cleveland.
Does he have a
Who was
different
president
nickname
from
for when he's the 24th?
1893 to 1897. What is Grover Cleveland's claim to... Okay, G-Money.
Give it to your boy G Money. Grover Cleveland was president 2 non-consecutive terms.
That is correct, Cooper. He was the only president currently, probably going to change this upcoming year, to have served 2 non-consecutive terms. So, Cooper, you get...
That was the
2
question.
points. Yeah.
Well, don't worry, we're gonna get another one 2 questions from now.
So
but
what did
that would ruin. That would be too many questions.
But he's the 22nd and the 24th president.
But if we
president.
have it be 45,
We'll
then
stop
that's
at
the
Donald
perfect
Trump,
number of questions.
and then maybe later we'll do Joe Biden
Are
starting
we not
out
going to learn about
the next slope.
anything Grover Cleveland did?
Maybe 2 questions from now.
Maybe. Moving on to question
We'll
number
see.
8. The 23rd president of the United States, Benjamin the Human Iceberg Harrison.
They don't
who was
call him
president-
that. That one's not
Bullshit.
real.
It's because
Actually,
he ate
Don't
a lot
challenge
of lettuce.
him on it. He's going to pull out the
I'm
book
challenging
again,
Cooper.
John, and I'm going to have
Cooper,
to play
hit me
it.
with the sound.
John, this is on you. This is on you, John.
The 23rd president, Benjamin Harrison. Term 1889 to 1893, party Republican, nickname the Human Iceberg.
yeah. Well, the human iceberg's buried in my backyard, so that's.
He
That's
ate
great.
a lot of lettuce. I'm telling you,
He sure did.
so much that they started low.
He was out
Yeah,
first
he
over
was
the
on
Atlantic,
Tariffs. I
and
know that.
he
He did
sank the
tariffs. Is that
Titanic.
the question?
Are
you all
you
done?
asking about
All right,
tariffs?
so everybody again.
Tariffs.
Okay, the reason people called him the Human Iceberg is because he was a very cold person and kind of frigid towards others.
Well, that's rude.
Like the winter.
Anyway,
How much lettuce did he eat?
Sam,
And
not
he
on that
loves
specific
his
topic,
lettuce.
but on a differently kind of related topic based on how much money did Benjamin Harrison's Congress spend on strengthening the U.S. military? This is Price
the
is Right
fuck?
rules. Big Jester.
$1 billion.
Sam, no one else needs to go because that is dead on. It was $1 billion they spent on strengthening the U.S.
You're saying it was
military.
exactly $1 billion?
Exactly
Shut up.
$1 billion.
Should we consult
Shut up.
the book?
Shut up, Cooper.
No. Oh my
Hit the sound, Cooper. We'll consult the book. Cooper, you're not hitting the sound.
I'm gonna make you wait a long, awkward time.
Oh, great. No, we can all sit here.
Weird, but true know-it-all.
U.S. presidents.
Are you punishing us for
Under Harrison, Congress spent $1
for
billion
challenging your-
strengthening the
your
Navy with
ideas?
19 new ships.
That
That's
doesn't
it.
say a number.
Spent $1 billion strengthening the Navy with 19 new ships.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Does it say $1 billion or $1 billion?
It says $1 billion.
Just like $1 billion.
Sounds like it was rounded.
We spent like
well,
$1 billion.
all of you can shut the fuck up.
I got the
Something like
points.
that.
We're moving on. Sam, did you take those points?
He did.
You gave them to me.
He
sure did.
won the
Fantastic.
points.
Moving on to question 9 about
where
our
those points come?
24th president of the United States,
Grover Cleveland.
Uncle Jumbo
Oh,
Cleveland.
no, now it's
They
Uncle Jumbo.
There
He
we
was
go.
Uncle
Didn't
Jumbo
call
the
him
first
that
time.
The first time.
Yes, I did.
You did.
Don't ask the clarifying question. We're gonna.
Yes, I will
He's
refer-
gonna bring up the book again.
No, we don't have. This doesn't. This
we're
isn't
fine.
answered
Just
by
say,
the book.
Just say it's fine. Well, it is because there's one nickname
I
in the book.
called him
but
Uncle Jumbo the first time. But his second term was from 1893 to 1897. How old was Uncle Jumbo when he married his wife, who was 21 at the time? Closest wins. Big Chester.
55.
Okay. John.
I was gonna say that, so I'm gonna just say flat 50.
Okay. And Cooper.
I had already decided in my mind 47.
John, you take that. You guys were all pretty close. He was 49 when he married his 21-year-old wife.
Wait. What did John guess?
50.
50.
50.
And he was 49.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Closest
So John
wins.
went over.
Closest
I
wins.
said closest wins.
Oh, you didn't say Price is Right rules?
Not
I did
Price is
not.
Right.
Moving target, huh?
Sorry, Sam.
Let me have this,
Yeah,
please.
stop changing things up on me, dude.
I'm not changing things up. I said very clearly how we were going to score this.
That's true. He gave you the rules straight out the gate.
He married 21.
Just take it again. Take it again.
Just start over.
Welcome aboard Bus Carriage 1.
At age 49, President Cleveland was ready to settle down and became the first sitting president to marry inside the White House when he said, "I do" to 21-year-old Frances Folsom. This made her the youngest first lady ever and an instant hit with the public. That's from the book. Cooper, you know what it is.
Cooper, do you feel fulfilled? Cooper, does this fill you with joy?
I'm going to turn it way down so we can just talk over it now.
Thank you.
Awesome. That's
Playing constantly in the
fantastic.
background.
John, take those points.
I did already, because
Good.
that's how this
John,
game is
take 'em.
played.
Moving on to
take
question
them.
10 about the 25th president of the United States, the Napoleon of protection, William McKinley, who was president from 1897 to
Didn't really
1901.
protect himself from that bullet, though, did he?
Ahem.
Oh boy.
Rough time with bullets.
Keeping on the theme of weird presidential pets, if you go back and listen to U.S. Presidents Part 1, we talked about a tiger and a crocodile that lived in the White House.
So I can take
McKinley-
tiger and crocodile off the list. Cool.
Get a pet
That doesn't
mountain.
necessarily mean anything. McKinley had a parrot he used to whistle Yankee Doodle Dandy with. What was the name of his parrot, which was named...
Which was named what?
Wait, crap. He was about to tell me
There
the
was more.
name.
There was more to that.
He was about to tell me the name.
Big Jester.
What was the name that was
you were going to
named?
say it was named after his mother or something.
No one will ever know.
I'm
gonna find
guessing
out.
he
Isn't this
named it
fun, though?
after his
Isn't this
mother,
fun,
and
not
his
knowing
mother's
at
name
all?
was Euphigenia.
Wow.
Okay.
No more
Sam's
answers
got
needed.
Dead on. Dead on.
No more answers needed. Sam, you got
John,
it.
what was
Next question.
your guess?
I was gonna.
Euphigenia is taken off the board, FYI.
But what if I
Darn.
wanted to say Euphigenia? So I was gonna guess that Cameron was gonna tell me that the name is like a pun, and her name is Polly Madison.
Okay, so Cooper, you cannot guess Euphigenia or Polly Madison.
Polly Madison.
Really?
It's
It's tight.
What is your guess?
So, which was named, I'm going to fill in the blank, which was named after
I love that we're all
his
answering a different question.
beloved sled he had as a boy. Its name is Rosebud.
I kind of want a Charlie Chaplin rules this one since you guys were so far off, but I don't know if I want to give it to you.
Are you going to, how about you tell us what the actual
Yeah,
hint
what were you
was?
going
And
to
then we
say?
can maybe do another round. Yeah.
Named after a popular newspaper.
The New York Times.
The Washington
The-
Intelligencer.
Crap.
Name a
The
newspaper. Sam.
Washington Post, which I don't think.
Sam, that's
around.
correct.
That's
What?
I didn't
It
think
was
that
around
was
at that time?
then.
It was Washington Post. That was the name of his
That's
parrot,
it.
but
Yeah.
I'm not giving you those points.
Okay.
I'm taking them, baby.
Why?
I
Why wouldn't you?
I have not
I
written
got
down
the
those points for
answer.
Sam.
I'm putting them down. I got.
How about Sam? You get 1 point because you all technically got it wrong.
Okay, fine. I'll
I
take
will
one
Sam,
point.
you'll
I will
take
give
1
Sam
point.
1
I think
point.
that's a fair compromise. Euphigenia.
Euphigenia was great.
Euphigenia.
Good
That's
pull.
not-
No.
Whoa.
No. This is a family-friendly
I
show.
mean,
His
where we said
mom was
horse
not
degree.
named that.
In like the
That was
first
too
2 minutes.
much. My bad. That one's on me, team.
His mom was named
Apologies,
Euphigenia, and
apologies.
you apologized to her.
Hey, John, what did you say?
Polly Madison.
Polly
playoff-
Madison and
a-
Cooper.
A play
Cooper,
off of
you
Dolly
said-
Madison.
I said Rosebud.
Rosebud. Euphigenia, Polly Madison, and Rosebud.
He loved that movie.
He was big on it.
He loves
Huge
Citizen Kane.
fan.
Well, actually, Citizen Kane is based
all right,
off
moving
of
on.
William McKinley.
It's not,
It's
but thanks
time
for playing.
That's him.
Points check. Who's gonna give me points? Tell
I
me
have
your
5 points.
I have 5 points.
I have 4 points.
Ooh, it's anyone's game right now. That's
But
pretty close.
less so Cooper's.
Okay. Okay, John.
Come on now, John.
I'm the
That
one
was a
telling you
little-
how many points you have.
Cooper hit the sound. This one's punishment.
Don't. Exhibit self-control. Be the master of your own destiny. It's loud
Part
again.
2.
You made it loud
You
again.
should give me a point for
Every time you hit the sound.
Cooper, you didn't have to make the jingle, but you did.
I didn't have to make it so damn catchy.
It is pretty damn catchy. All right, who would like to read us into an ad break about part 2 of the U.S. president?
Long time ago, our founding fathers came up with an ideal to set them apart from the kings of old. And so they created a lineage of people to carry us through the years.
Sounds like King's
And
Cooper.
for hundreds of years now, we've had presidents. and they call it the president because it sounds like present.
He's
It's like a
he's
gift
presiding.
to us
He's
all.
Wait.
presiding, Cooper. He's presiding.
He's president
Yeah.
above.
He's presiding.
He's
He's
presiding.
president
with a trident.
above the nation, under God, indivisible,
with
Play
liberty.
ball.
with liberty.
Move it on. liberty.
Liberty. Isn't that a funny commercial, guys? Let's talk about the Liberty Mutual
gee willikers.
commercial.
I think we're done. I think we're good.
Yeah, I think we've got a Liberty
I think
Mutual
we
ad
shot
read.
this bit in the
and
head.
Those
and going straight
knee-slapping
into Liberty
Minion
Mutual.
commercials.
What do you guys think about the emu?
What do you guys do with all the
The
deals you
Limu
can get
emu
on
and
Liberty
Doug?
Mutual online?
What president had an emu as a pet?
I don't know,
Question-
Cooper. That's probably a
question
question for
11.
part 3. Moving on to
you.
round 3. Question 11 about the 26th president of the United States, arguably one of the coolest, the
youngest
Rough Rider
president in the
himself, Theodore Teddy Roosevelt, who was president from 1901 to 1909.
I bet it's a
the
teddy bear
pew in
question.
the air is a good.
You can hear the
pantomime
Rough Riders
for him.
riding up to San Juan. There's a lot going on
Did you
there.
know that Teddy Roosevelt was born in the city? I would not have expected that. I would have expected him to be
The
a
city?
I thought he was
Just
born in the
sea.
woods.
He was, he was
woodland
born
lad.
at sea. Like,
He was born
Anyway.
to a mama bear who found him in the woods.
Hence
Born
the
in a
name
volcano.
Teddy Bear.
born by a bear that found him. He was okay.
Well,
Anyway.
usually,
Nature birthed him, and a mama bear raised him. That's what I meant.
there
Sorry,
you
John.
go. Thank you.
Which of the following is not a presidential first set by Teddy Roosevelt? This is strap in. There's a couple of these.
4,
By a
I'd
couple,
assume.
I mean 9.
Oh my god.
And it's a
He had
nine.
9 presidential firsts.
9?
I'm sorry.
He
Well, 8,
8.
right?
8. One of those isn't right, right?
One of those is not right, Cameron?
Right, Cameron? Say it, Cameron. Say this isn't the challenge question, Cameron.
Yeah, sorry. There are 9 options, 8 of which are
True.
real things he
Fake.
did.
fade fake.
Right.
Anyway.
So one of them's not real.
One of them
is bad.
first to fly in an airplane. He was the first president that drove in the first owned government car. He was the first president to dive in a submarine. He was the first president to travel outside the United States while president. He was the first to officially label the White House as the White House. The first to invite an African-American man by the name of Booker T. Washington to dinner at the White House. To be clear, he was not the first person to invite Booker T. Washington. He was the first person to invite an African-American man to dinner at the White House.
Well, and then also Booker T. Washington.
He was, the
By
man he invited
extension,
was
yeah.
Booker
By-
T.
He
by
was
extension,
also the first.
Booker T.
That's
Washington
the next
falls
option.
into
To
that.
be clear,
Well, unless there was another guy
African American
named Booker T.
Booker T.
people
Washington.
had not
A
been
second
invited to dinner
lesser known Booker T. Washington.
prior.
There's been a second Booker T. Washington.
Mr.
Anyway.
President, second Booker T.
Mr.
Washington
President,
is
there's
in the
been
White
a
House.
second Booker T. Washington.
He was the first to win the Nobel Peace Prize, and he was the first American to win the Nobel Peace Prize. He was the
That's
first.
another option.
What
was-
number are we on?
Can you let me?
At some point,
fucking
he'll stop
finish?
reading them.
He was the first to receive a Congressional Medal of Honor, and he was the first to host the Easter egg roll on the White House lawn.
There's so many.
There's so many options.
Big Chester.
I do not think he was the first president to travel abroad while president.
Sam, that is incorrect. He was
Damn, that's
the first
crazy.
president.
None of them went to
travel outside
England
the
or
White
nothing?
House.
It took longer to get to England back in those days.
That's what you had.
I know.
But like
Benjamin
Canada?
Franklin for.
But like Canada, Mexico?
Was it, yeah.
Those are closer.
I guess did he do?
Those
He
are
might have gone to
closer.
Mexico.
Maybe.
I do know the whole
Cuba?
thing with the bear was when he went to like Panama or whatever.
Panama.
Because there's a whole
Yeah.
thing about like Teddy Roosevelt facing the bear. I just didn't know.
And
he
that's
was
where the
first.
term teddy bear comes from.
That's right. That's right. That's a question
he
I
didn't
could
wanna
have
kill the
gotten
bear.
right. But alas,
If you had
here
asked
we
that
are,
question,
sorting through a 9-option
List.
answer. John,
Cameron, do you
Yeah,
want me
John,
to go
sorry,
now?
it is
Okay.
your turn to
I was
guess.
like, I don't think
I would like you to go
Cooper
now.
doesn't get to say.
I'm offering no more content until John gives an answer.
Perfect. I'm going to say he was not the first president to go in a submarine. I don't know when submarines were made. That feels too early or late.
John, that is incorrect. He was the first president to dive in a submarine.
What years did you say he was president?
1901 to
1909.
1909.
You know, so that does line up with the airplane, at least. I'm surprised that he would have gone in an airplane, but Wright brothers flew in 1905.
Submarine
so it
question
does
mark?
crossover. So there's airplane.
Would you like me to read the questions again? Answers?
I'm just gonna try to come up with it in my
got it.
brain. Airplane. You got. That's the only one I can think of.
That's the only other one on the list.
Did you actually
read
do
that?
the other ones?
He was the first to fly an airplane. He was the first president to drive in the first government-owned car, meaning the presidential motor carriage or whatever the fuck it was called, the car. It was the first president. It was the first government-owned car.
Cool.
He was the first to dive in a submarine, which we know is true. He was first to travel outside the U.S. while president, which we also know is true. He was the first to officially label the White House as the White House. He was the first to invite an African-American man to dinner at the White House. He was the first president to win the Nobel Peace Prize and the first American to do so. And he was the first to receive the Congressional Medal of Honor and first to host the Easter egg roll on the White House lawn.
Okay. I feel like I've heard of the Nobel Peace Prize one. I feel like I've heard of there's another one. I'm going to do the Booker T. Washington one.
So you believe he was not the first president to invite an African-American man to dinner at the White House?
Correct.
That is incorrect. He was not. Wait.
Is it true? Was he the first person to do it or not? We broke him. We broke Cameron.
We were trying to find a lie. Were you lying about that one?
Nope. He was not the first president to host the Easter egg roll at the White House lawn.
Okay, so we were all wrong.
Okay.
You were all wrong.
Yeah,
that was the answer I was looking for.
Yeah, but who was?
No, but who?
Oh,
that wasn't the answer you were looking for. The answer was the Easter egg roll.
Let me consult the great book, Cooper.
I'm so confused.
Cooper.
Don't do it, Cooper. It's not worth it. No one cares about this.
You were asking us.
I'm losing my will.
Oh yeah, you were asking us which one was not true.
Yeah,
Rutherford
one of those
B.
was
Hayes
false.
was the
Rutherford
first
B.
one to
Hayes.
host the Easter egg roll at the White House.
Rutherford B. Hayes. Well,
That's
one of the
fine.
few things he did as president, I guess.
Rutherford Hayes.
Rutherford Big Money Hayes.
Cooper, you didn't play the sound.
That's good.
This is my
Self-control.
This is my political protest.
All right, you get one of those.
I don't think
You're
he does.
limiting my political protest? May I consult the Bill of Rights? I'm allowed to protest.
Well, no. Moving on. None of you get points for that
no.
one.
Cool.
I thought Cooper got the points.
Nope.
Nope.
No,
None of
Because
you got
Cooper
a
said
correct
something about Booker T. Washington.
answer.
Against popular demand.
Against popular demand, Cooper did not receive.
I thought
3
you
points.
said that was the one that he wasn't.
No. Cameron made it confusing. Nobody got points.
What was the one that
didn't-
he wasn't then? Which one
First
was
to
the
host
lie?
the Easter egg
was-
roll was the
It
lie.
was the
He was
Easter egg
not
roll.
the first to host the Easter egg roll.
Okay, I didn't hear you say that. I just missed that. I thought
That's okay.
when the thing you read, I thought was about Booker T. Washington. That's why I was confused.
Well, Booker
Anyway,
T. Washington
moving on to
was
question
the first
12.
to
Host the Easter egg
president.
roll.
About the
Easter egg roll.
27th president of the United States from 1909 to 1913, Big Bill William Howard Taft.
That's a different Big Bill. That's a different Big Bill from the one I referenced at the beginning of this
This is the
episode.
biggest bill.
The
I would
biggest,
argue.
the largest bill.
Arguably the biggest bill.
He sure became Supreme
Big
Court justice.
Bill Taft is known as the biggest baseball fan of all the U.S. presidents.
Like largest?
What was his biggest contribution to baseball? Big Chester.
He started the 7th inning stretch.
That's what I was going to say.
It was multiple choice.
It was.
What?
Okay, you never
You didn't-
mentioned
you
that it
didn't
was
say
multiple
which of the
choice,
following.
So how would
Cameron.
we know?
Can we just revolt?
Would you like me to read the multiple choice?
Read the
Yes.
multiple choice.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Sam, I won't count that one against you.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, Cameron.
He hosted the first professional sports team, the Washington Senators, at the White House. He threw the first pitch. He started the first congressional baseball game in 1909, and he was Babe Ruth.
Okay.
I don't
It
think he
was
was
the-
Babe Ruth.
It was the first pitch.
Sam, that is incorrect.
What? Who was the first pitch?
G Money.
Your main man G Money Cleveland is going to say he did the first congressional baseball game.
That is also incorrect.
So you're going to
So
let
you
me
gave
say
him
the
the
right
answer.
answer?
Congrats, John.
You know, let me see the right answer now?
He is Babe Ruth.
Cameron, do you want me to say it now?
Correct.
All right. He was the first to
You're-
host
you're right. He
the
said
first
you're correct,
professional baseball to the Washington
John,
Senators.
that is correct.
Thank
he
you.
was the first president to host a professional sports team at the White House.
Little do our contestants know that this was the fake answer. Looks like they were fooled this time.
So
it
John
was
got
the
3
Washington
points because he
Because-
buzzed in last.
Yeah.
That's pretty much
Yes,
what you
that is
said.
part of the strategy of this game.
I wasn't
Not
trying
when
to
you
get
don't
all.
tell us that it's multiple choice.
It wasn't that.
I
I just
literally
buzzed
gave
in
you the
slow and got 3 points for it.
Also, it makes it a lot easier when one of them is a
He was
throwaway
Babe
answer.
Ruth.
And he did start the 7th inning stretch.
Yo, and last time you had multiple choice, you had 9 choices.
And this time you had 3.
I was very
and Babe
clear.
Ruth.
I was not ready for less than 24 hours.
Yeah,
to write
we have
15 questions.
made up questions.
Yeah,
now.
we're flying the
Now
plane.
we're gonna really
We're
get
building the
into
plane
some
while we're flying
funky
it.
land.
We're building the plane that
just don't
I-
make
Roosevelt
multiple
flew
choice.
on.
The
as
plane
we
that
did
go.
not have
Cameron
enough
built.
time before the start of this episode to finish writing the last 3 questions, so we're gonna do it on the fly.
We only
we're
did
gonna
the
be
first part of the episode.
we're
6
gonna be
months ago.
referencing
content.
we're gonna
Don't-
be referencing
The book. It's the book. Imagine Cameron's holding
You
up the
have to
book.
do it.
Cooper doesn't
Cooper,
need to play it.
It's the
Cooper,
Bible.
this
I
is the
want
last
you all
time
to
I'll ask you
sing.
to do it.
All right, everyone, close your eyes, even when you're driving. Close your eyes.
Even
I do that
you
all
out
the
there while you're driving.
You out there driving, close your eyes. We're all going to imagine Cameron holding up the book, and on 3, we're all going to start singing the jingle because we know it so well. 1, 2, 3. Dun, dun,
Bum, bum,
dun,
bum,
dun,
bum,
dun,
bum,
dun,
bum,
dun,
bum,
dun.
bum, bum,
Weird,
but you know it all. U.S. presidents. Yes.
There you
Cool.
go. Don't you feel like we
Bum, bum, bum,
we were
bum,
one
bum,
community
bum,
there?
bum,
All right,
You know, out of
but
the darkness.
Cooper, this is gonna be the last time I ask you to hit it. Awesome. Thank you, Cooper. Moving on to question 13 about the 28th president of the United States, who was president from 1913 to 1921, Woodrow the Schoolmaster Wilson.
He sure was the president of Princeton University, so sure, fine. Why not?
Don't do that one. Don't ask us what.
Don't
school
ask
he
me
was the
what
president
school.
of.
He was the governor of New Jersey.
Princeton. Was Princeton.
Yeah, you guys, you didn't help me with that one.
Eliminating
You took it
questions.
right out of my mouth.
Quick, everybody start saying things you know about Woodrow
Here,
Wilson so he
here we
can't ask
go.
us a question.
World War One.
The
League of Nations.
Racist.
I said it first. I
You
said it
did,
first.
you did, you did.
In
Racist.
case you haven't, in case you haven't,
His wife.
His Edith? He had that stroke?
his wife.
His wife was basically our first woman president.
She was
I thought that
Hillary.
was Warren
yeah.
Harding.
No, Warren G. Harding just
No,
straight
that
up
was
kicked it. Wilson.
Oh, yeah, he died, yeah.
Edith
He
was
straight up
president
died.
for a
You're
while.
right.
Is basically
Yeah,
our president.
Warren G. Harding just fucking kicked it. Cameron, what's the question?
thanks for
just
that,
in.
guys. Thanks, John.
That was the question.
In case you haven't noticed, none of these questions have anything to do about policies or anything important that the presidents did. It has to do with completely useless and non-important facts.
I
about
mean,
these
Andrew
people.
Johnson was
That's
impeached,
good.
so.
Would you like to know why Woodrow Wilson was weird besides the racism and the League of Nations?
Is that the question?
Along
Are we
with his
just
morning
learning
cereal,
together now?
Wilson was known to gulp down this many eggs in fruit juice for his breakfast. How many eggs did he put in his fruit juice each morning? Closest wins.
What
G-Money.
units are we using here?
Eggs.
In number
Eggs,
of
in
eggs.
eggs.
How
Okay,
many
in number of
eggs? Kilo
I'm
eggs.
gonna say.
How else would you put? What? You're not
13
first.
eggs.
You're not
You're
first.
not even first.
Oh wait! Oh shit!
You're last on the
You
list,
are
Ethan.
actually you're
I
last.
thought I was.
All right,
thought I was
Cooper.
G Money Cleveland.
Cooper, the number to beat is 13.
Cooper, please.
You think he was doing a baker's dozen of eggs?
Just like-
That's
in,
why I asked units.
Just like Gaston.
how many gross eggs did he eat each morning?
Gross being like disgusting.
I think he did a nice round 3 eggs.
All right. And John,
I was gonna
since
say-
Sam already went.
Yeah, I was just gonna say 5.
All right. So Cooper, you said 3. John, you said 5. And Sam, you said 13.
13.
Sam, you're the closest.
No
Ew.
way.
He
Ew.
used to put 2. Oh, wait, no.
2 is
2 dozen? Is that what you're about to say?
Sorry. This is live. I completely read this wrong. Cooper, you're the closest. He
2
used
eggs.
to put down 2 raw eggs in his fruit
You
juice.
asked a
So
question
you
about a
thought it
man who.
said 2 dozen.
Raw?
Oh my god.
I didn't know you
2
meant
raw eggs
raw.
in fruit juice.
He's hitting
That's
it
disgusting.
raw.
Yeah, that's why I said 13 because I thought it was just a whole bunch of them.
Yeah,
John,
no,
You
I
want,
also
you
thought
want to
it
know
said
why
2
Woodrow
dozen.
Wilson is freaky? He's hitting it raw with fruit juice.
John,
All
go
right,
ahead and
Cooper.
put me down for 3 points
I
for
did,
saying
Cooper. You're at
3.
7, my guy.
Thank you.
Yeah, 7. Keep that in mind.
I'm falling behind.
Okay, moving on to question 14 about the 29th president of the United States from 1921 to 1923, the happy hooligan himself, Warren Gamaliel Harding.
Teapot
Born in-
scandal.
What?
Teapot scandal.
Teapot dome. Teapot dome.
Teapot.
He died.
Teapot.
Again, we're not talking about real things.
First
we're talking
president
about
elected by
nonsense.
women.
Oh, that's exciting.
Just women?
Unfortunately,
women.
no.
No men allowed. This one's This one's for you, ladies. 19th
There
Amendment.
should be a
Women,
man
this one's for
president
you.
and a woman president.
You have violated
I'm
man
president
law.
of the men, but it's not one's a man and one's a woman. It's just that there's a different president.
The women elected Warren G. Harding, and the men elected somebody else.
Dude,
That's right.
That guy over there.
That guy. Teapot Dome Scandal.
They elected
Mr.
Teapot Dome
Scandal himself.
Do you want to see the picture of William Gamaliel Harding?
I'd
I think
love to
was
hear the
his-
question.
This is going to be
actually.
great
I want
for
the
an
question.
audio medium. We got to get going. Cooper needs to be somewhere else.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
do.
Jesus.
I gotta win this game real quick.
Yeah, really quickly.
What size shoe did William Harding wear? Warren Harding wear?
Is this multiple choice, Cameron?
It can be. Sure,
There's no
John.
point. There's no point in delaying it. It's numbers. Just guess.
7, 10, 14, and 16.
Undo the buzzer, please. I'm begging you.
Big Chester.
How am I last?
14.
Sam, that is correct. It was
There
size
you
14
go.
shoe.
There
You know he's putting C as the right answer.
Oh my
you know.
gosh! I was like, that wouldn't be a question if his feet were normal size.
I know!
But they can't be too big. 16 was too big.
Old, normal size
Oh
foot
my
Warren G. Harding.
God.
God, this may be the worst episode I've ever hosted.
I was trying to buzz
Moving
in,
on
and
to
then
the
somebody was like
15th
multiple choice.
question about the 30th president of the United States.
Cool Cal.
Silent Calvin Coolidge.
United States.
He was the president from 1923 to 1929.
During the Osage murders.
He also
He did the
had
Osage.
a
He
weird
committed the
pet.
Osage murders.
President number 4 with the weird pet.
You gonna tell us?
What
What was it?
What night creature did Calvin
Night
Coolidge
creature?
keep as a pet? This is open-ended.
Let me
gonna
buzz. Let
open
me
the
buzz.
buzzer?
Cameron.
Yeah!
John,
I actually know this one. He had a raccoon that was given
damn
him
it.
to be eaten, and
Oh
he was
my
like, I'm not
gosh.
gonna eat that. Thanks. It'll live in my
God damn it.
backyard.
Night creature.
John, I'll give you an extra point if you tell me the name of the raccoon.
Cannot do that, thank you.
Do we all get an option?
You all get a chance to name the raccoon.
Closest
If you give
wins?
Oh,
I-
then I'll
Charlie
try.
Chaplin rules.
Then can I try
Charlie
then?
Chaplin
Yeah.
Go for it. Go for
yeah,
it,
John, you get to go first.
I'm going to say that since the raccoon is from Mississippi, so I'm just going to say that they named it Ole Miss.
Great name for a raccoon, but
I
that is
know.
incorrect, unfortunately.
That's okay.
Oh, I don't need to say incorrect. This
Cooper?
is Charlie Chaplin rule.
Do you have a guess?
Ole
Cooper?
Miss.
My guess is Grundle.
Not to be confused with Grendel, a reference. This is Grundle, a guy.
Or-
Yes. This is
Or
Grundle the
Grozzle.
raccoon.
Never forget Grozzle. Use it.
Grimace.
Grimace. That's
my
what they
guess
named the shake
is-
after.
Euphegenia.
Yeah!
He actually named it after
the
Rutherford
other
B.
thing was-
Hayes'
William
or
McKinley's
whatever-
mom.
William McKinley's mom.
He named it.
Okay, Charlie Chaplin rules. I'm actually going to give that one to Cooper.
Yes.
1 point for Cooper.
The name of the
One
the
point
name of
for
the
me,
raccoon
John.
was Rebecca.
Oh, okay, there you go.
You know Grundle's closest.
Grundle is closer to Rebecca than Euphegenia, which is a name of a woman.
Grundle's a name. Grundle's a name.
Grendel sure is a name.
Hey, Grundle's a name.
Charlie
John
Chaplin
might
rules.
name my child Grundle.
I could. Charlie Chaplin rules isn't closest. It's whatever's nearest and dearest to Cameron's heart, right?
It's all about
Hey,
It's like
the
whatever's
vibe.
I don't
there.
think anybody can tell me what Charlie Chaplin
The creator of
rules are.
Charlie Chaplin
This is
rules.
true, but it's not closest
I didn't even-
wins.
How does it
Didn't
feel,
even
Sam? How does it feel?
All right,
feels great.
so
Haven't
John,
even
you
wheeled it
took
against
3
3
points,
points. Cooper got
and
1.
Cooper, you got an extra bonus point.
I get one.
All
and a half
right, no one
point.
guessed the challenge question at all. So let's
have
do
a
a score
challenge.
check.
Oh wait, Cooper has a challenge.
Oh, okay, Cooper. This is not going to count though.
What?
Sorry, in terms of like in the game.
Why
this
does
is
it
gonna
not
count as an
count?
after the game challenge.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
You didn't say that
Yeah.
those don't count.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's what I meant to say. Then I was thinking of Grundle and my brain
All right.
stopped.
We're just doing a score check and then we're going into challenge
let's do
questions.
score check.
Okay.
That's what I said. I'm hosting the episode. I know.
Got it. Oh,
Yeah, but you're inscrutable, so
I
we're
feel
moving
like
on.
we're working together
Just
and hosting at this
fucking
point.
list out your points and we can finish
I have
this
8.
episode up.
I have 8.
Sam has 8, Cooper has 8, John has 11.
No, he doesn't.
Ooh, it could be anyone's game.
8-8-11.
8-8-11.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, Cameron,
Would
you're
you
going
like me to read through the
you're gonna read
answers?
every
Read
answer?
through the answers.
Quick.
All right.
So they repeated all the questions so they could remember what they were.
Oh God! And then the 3 questions I
The
made
3
up
that he
on
made
the
up, so they're not false. So
They're not the challenge.
Surely he did it.
All right, so do you want me to go first since I'm going to be forced to challenge by our rules?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're forced.
I'm going to challenge...
Yep.
Gun to your head.
Yeah, gun to my head. I'm going to challenge the Ulysses S. Grant horse speeding question.
Bestiality, huh?
Yeah, he sure did.
You really think
do
it was
something to this-
bestiality?
I don't think it was bestiality, Cameron, but we need to get this show moving.
You thought it was fast driving of an equine?
Or like racing a carriage. Or like the other one, which is just letting your horse be loose and disturbing the peace.
The other one,
All right, Cooper.
I'm going Taft. The Taft one. I think he did.
Okay, you do
more
not
than
think
one
he
of
was the
those
first
things.
president, or you think it was a different answer?
I think he could have done more than one of those things. Or
Okay.
maybe the different answer.
Yeah.
Sam.
I think he threw out the first pitch, specifically.
You're also doing Taft?
So
Yeah, we have the same number. of
John,
points.
you lose 3 points.
Cool.
You are incorrect, so you're at 8.
8.
Cooper and Sam, you both get 3 points.
There you go.
That
Oh my
was
God.
the challenge question. But I'm inclined to give it to Sam because it was.
That's not-
He
I
threw
did
the
it first.
First pitch.
I challenged it first, though.
He did challenge
Okay.
it first.
Just let him
It-
tie.
it has
Then you
never
guys are
mattered.
tied.
What's wrong with
You guys
tying?
tie.
It
You
has
guys
never
tie.
mattered,
Congratulations.
Okay.
You tie.
Cool. Cooper, play the theme. Get us out of here.
Cooper,
Okay.
play that theme.
Weird but true know-it-all. U.S. presidents.
Well, I think that's it, folks. Our bus is broken down outside of DC. We're not there just yet, which means we have time for another 15 questions at some
Here
point
we
in
go.
the
We're
near
We're starting
future.
them right now.
And our question about the 31st president of the
Question
United
one.
States.
Fade out. Fade out.
Anyway,
Fade out.
Fade out. Anyway, if you enjoyed the time on the Bus One Carriage today, we'd really appreciate it if you told all your friends about us. We're on all of the social medias at Bus One Trivia. That's BUSONE Trivia. Or you can email your topic or question to us at busonetrivia@gmail.com or hi@busonetrivia.com. If you'd also like to take a look at some of our merch, you can go to www.busonetrivia.com or www.cameronsass.com, and you can go check out some of the merch we have that is now able to be purchased. Before we go, we'd like to thank Vert for the use of our national anthem 5978, which is a certified banger. Thanks for riding the Bus One Carriage. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Whatever. Cameron, if you want to just go ahead and start writing the questions.